Ever seen a wolf beg to join a pack? No. A real wolf walks alone. A lion doesn't explain its jungle presence, it just is. Many of you feel alone. Your phone's silent on Friday nights, and you think something's wrong. But what if being alone is life's greatest gift? When you're alone, you learn who you are and find your purpose. Then, the right people, those matching your vision, mindset, and hunger, will find you. Loneliness is power. People fear being alone, thinking silence means failure. But some of history's strongest spent time alone. Not because they were rejected, but because they understood. Solitude is power. Alone, you confront yourself. No distractions, no fake friends. Just you, your thoughts, your reality. That's where real growth happens. Most avoid self-reflection, surrounding themselves with others to avoid asking, who am I? What do I really want? A man who can't be alone is weak, but a man who can walk alone holds all the power. He doesn't need permission or approval to chase his vision. He's dangerous, not reckless, but disciplined, built in silence. Look at the greats, warriors, kings, legends. They all walked alone. Why? Because loneliness wasn't punishment, it was preparation. While the world wasted time, they sharpened their minds, bodies, and spirits. People fear what they don't understand. So when they see a man not chasing validation or company, they're stumped. He's unpredictable, unshaken, unbreakable. That's who you need to be. Stop seeing loneliness as weakness. The truly great, who build empires and change history, walked alone first. They learned to stand on their own. When they returned, the world was never the same. Most fail not from inability, but from distraction. They want success and comfort, discipline and entertainment. They say they're focused, but a buzzing phone pulls them away. A man who can't control distractions won't control his future. Every temporary pleasure chosen over long-term growth sets you back. The man who sits in silence and works day after day without needing validation or applause. That's the winner. Discipline isn't built in crowds. It's built in those lonely hours when no one watches or cheers. The real test isn't how hard you work when seen, but how hard you work when unseen. Just you, your goals, and the quiet. Some think being alone means missing out, but those who understand move differently. They aren't distracted because they've tasted focus. Once you feel that, nothing else feels as good. So, simple question. Are you disciplined or distracted? You can't be both. Greatness requires isolation. Before a man becomes great, he walks alone. That's the rule. That's the cost. People talk about success, not what it takes. Lonely nights, silent grinding, unseen sacrifices. They show the result. Money, power, respect, not the isolation that built it. Before reaching his peak, a man experiences a season of just him and his vision. Most don't make it, wanting companionship and constant reassurance. But that's not greatness. The biggest moves and transformations happen in solitude. Think of past warriors. They didn't rise in comfort. They disappeared, trained in darkness, suffered in silence, built from nothing. When you chase something bigger, the world tests you, stripping distractions, removing misfits, ensuring readiness. This is where most break, running back to comfort. But the successful embrace solitude. They sharpen their minds and skills in the quiet. So when they return, they don't just fit in, they take over. The journey to greatness isn't crowded. It's empty for a reason. Few are willing to walk it, endure it, and emerge as legends. Silence is uncomfortable for most. They fill it with noise to avoid self-confrontation. But a truly strong man must embrace silence. In silence, you face your weaknesses, fears, doubts. Most can't handle it, drowning it with entertainment. They think busy equals progress, but movement isn't progress. History's strongest understood silence. Real strength isn't in crowds, but in the mind of a man at peace alone. He doesn't need the world to define him. He already knows. Silence reveals truth. It strips away masks when there's no one to impress. For some, that's terrifying. A man who sharpens his mind in silence, that's an unbreakable man. Unshaken by opinions, not desperate for approval, fearless of being alone. He used solitude to grow stronger. You learn silence, listen to yourself, your instincts, life's lessons. When you return, you move differently. Not desperate for attention, but with a presence, confidence, power from a man who has conquered himself. And that kind of man changes everything. Most don't get what happens when you level up. Growth has a price. You'll outgrow people. At first, it's subtle. Conversations change. You feel distant in a crowded room. Not because you're better, but because you're changing. When others see your effort and discipline, it makes them uncomfortable. Most choose the easy way. They distance themselves, try to pull you down. This is where many fail. They shrink themselves to fit in. But listen, if you lower your standards for a connection, it was never meant for you. You can't expect everyone to grow with you. Some will, most won't. When you commit to your purpose, you'll lose people. Friends fade, invitations stop. And that's okay. Those who truly belong won't be threatened by your growth. They'll match it. The world rewards the man willing to walk alone. It punishes those who stay put for fear of misunderstanding. Ask yourself, will you keep moving forward even if it means leaving people behind? Or will you slow down for others' comfort? You're either outgrowing the average or you're staying average. No in between. Starting your own path, you first notice loneliness. Those you thought would always be there fade. But loneliness isn't the end, it's the beginning. When you chase something bigger, life removes those who no longer belong. Not because you're better, but they weren't meant for your destination. Growth forces separation. Elevation requires isolation. And those who truly belong, they'll find you. Many chase people who weren't meant to stay. If someone can't handle your growth or makes you feel small, they were never your people. The right people need no explanations. They aren't threatened by your ambition. They see your hunger, discipline, purpose, and they respect, match, and add to it. So don't settle for any crowd. Some are distractions disguised as friends. Learn the difference. True brotherhood is built on alignment, shared values, vision, drive. Not how long you've known someone, but where you're going. If you're alone now, don't rush to fill the space. Stay on your path. Work in silence. Attract warriors, not leeches. The right ones, who push you higher, sharpen your mind, challenge you. They will come. But not if you cling to the wrong ones. Keep walking. Keep building. Trust the right people will find you when you're exactly where you need to be. Now I want to hear from you. Ever felt walking alone was the only option? Have you outgrown people who couldn't keep up? Drop a comment and share. If this message hit differently, woke something up, don't just sit on it. Like this video, share it, and subscribe. This journey, it's only for the few. If you're still here, I know you're one of them.